Okay. Yeah, want to go. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Yeah, welcome to my page, Timo Starboy, Reality Talk TV. Yeah, I greet you at your location time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And for those people who are already sleeping, good night. Yeah, another woto on Inec. Another woto on Inec. Inec, in our trouble, no, they stop. In our trouble, no, they stop. Now they cause all this wahala. This wahala wey dey ground now na cause am. You are the orchestrator of this. You are the master planning of this trouble. You know, you are the master planning of this trouble because you don collect, and you go dey collect woto from people like us. You know, in as much as you are still doing this your dirty game, you don't want to give up, you don't want to converse, you know, you will be collecting woto from us, especially me, Timo Starboy. Now woto we go to give you every day, every morning, night, evening, night, anytime at all. We go to give you woto unless you do the needful, unless you repent and you come clean, you know, come out clean. Tell us what you did. All this your secrecy. Tell us how you rig this election. If you don't come out and explain to us, we go to give you woto. I mean Yakubu, Mahmudu, the Inec chairman, because your case never finished. And what you started, you can never end it. It can never end well with you. I hope, guys, you are seeing my title, Woto. Because Inec is the disturbance here, is the troublemaker here. You see, is the troublemaker. So let me play you this video before I continue woto on this my Yakubu. Yakubu, Mumu Yakubu. You collect money on all the 200 million, over 200 million people, and you are messing up with their head. You think you can run away with it? You think you can win this case? You are fucking up with a new generation, a wrong generation. You are just fucking up with a wrong generation. You don't know what cause is gonna be. You don't know how end is gonna be, because this thing, it can never go like that. Our eyes is on you people. I don't blame you because they pay you off, and those people they pay you off, they too, they will collect woto. They will collect woto, real woto. They will collect. We just started. You can't mess up with our life. Our life is on the line, and we need freedom. You know, we need freedom. You cannot be messing up because you collect money, a huge money. You collect a huge money. You think we don't know? Millions of dollars in your pocket. You sit on millions of dollars. Only you want to eat fat. You don't care about others. You don't care about others. We soon rain curse on you. So allow me to play this. Let me carry you go there. You know, let me drive you go inside the court. They did there yesterday. So the lawyer, they will be talking about what they encounter with. You know, so they will tell you how the outcome of the court goes. You know, so let's hear from them. Okay.
Finally, give us a sense of how it feels like.
Well, we thank God that we came this far. We have closed our case.
Let's hear from the audience.
So the ball now is in the court of the respondents. That is to say, Inec, Bola Tinubu,
and then stupid Mahmudu.
Deputy Shetima, and of course APC. I can assure you that we are ready for their defense. Very, very ready for them to open their case on the 3rd of July. And we will take it up from there.
Are you pleased with the witnesses called and documents tendered and the whole long jump about INEC?
I am pleased with our presentation of our case. Certainly, you don't expect me to be pleased with the conduct of INEC, which is now in the public domain. But that notwithstanding, we still made impressive presentation. There is one fact that can never be denied, that can never, ever be denied, and that is to say, we tendered blood ballot papers.
They hear
18,088.
18,088.
Throughout the course of their course examination,
For God's sake.
there was nowhere they ever challenged those 18,088 blood results. And you know what 18,088, what they mean? You are talking about millions of voters who were denied the opportunity of Nigerians, the candidates, having their votes. You know, they voted. Their votes did not count. On that score alone, INEC should have a sleepless night. On
Exactly.
that score alone, that 18,088 results were
Blood.
and that is not all. That is not all.
Blood.
Applied to INEC
And
for CTC,
mutilated.
certified through copies of results. And INEC gave us
Not only blood, it was mutilated.
certified through copies
Rigging.
of results that are not only blood, but results that contain, instead of results, the images of vehicles, human beings, and the rest of them.
Just mutilated the
And
result.
mutilations. I've never seen anything like that. Instead of results, you find images
Yeah.
of human beings, houses, and so many other things. But
What a shame. INEC,
let's wait for them.
you are a
to
shameless person.
their respective,
Shameless human being on this earth.
See what happens.
Mahmudu.
Thank you so much.
Mahmudu Yakubu.
Yes, and have a restful weekend.
So that is it, you know. That is that. Let me give you another one. This is another one. Okay. It's not here. I will go to another. Because you don't collect. No. Not be this one. Let me go to another my iPhone. It was inside here. We will prove all your secrecy. We will prove it out. All the secrecy you people have. All the mago, we will prove everything out. And I never sabi. And I never know anything. This is a 20th century, you know. This is 21st century. We will prove anything unprovable. You will prove it. This internet, you will catch fire. Hey, and I never sabi. This internet, it must catch fire on your people head. Shey na say I no wan hear. Okay, this is another one.
And for the preservation of everything we all believe in, we must try to act right. Because if you don't act right, you are pushing the public, you are pushing the people, and they will.
It's from RS TV. They are asking a question.
So for us to
for inside the court. All this the atrocity. We will prove it out.
We have to be comfortable. Issues about
we will not agree.
About trust. So we can't play with this whole subject matter.
You cannot mess up with our life.
Mr. Hagba, I'll come to you for
we have the life to protect.
With regards to the conversation around petition tribunal timing.
Yeah.
Mr. Onisagbako by SAN had come on the show and talked about the fact that perhaps going forward, the cycle for election petitions should all be concluded before the swearing in of the president. What was the conversation around? What's your take? What's the position, perhaps, from the conference on this matter?
Yes, thank you very much. It's actually there is need to retool our electoral process. The act, and we need to start from the act itself, because all that will be had to be put into the act, so we can have a system that will be fair to all. I think I agree with past President Abakoba on the need for it will create for more sanity in the system, where we conclude all issues arising from the election before swearing in. But that we need to go back to the Electoral Act and fine-tune it more. You see, the theme of this conference is deliberate also, and in the sense that the elections have come and gone. The task is now before the judiciary. We at Spidel as an advocacy group is putting the judiciary on their toes and reminding them of the need to do the right thing.
Yeah.
That Nigerians out there are watching and waiting to see that the right things are done. And when the right things are done, and the right things being done in the general of it includes also the need to retool the Electoral Act also in future elections. Let us conclude issues arising from
let the right thing be done. That is what we are chanting for. Let the right thing be done.
For both of you, I'll come to you first, man.
Yakubu, Mahmudu, Yakubu.
As the declaration made at the valedictory service of the House, she's come out to say she did nothing of such.
Yakubu, Mumu.
People are looking and saying, it's not just by a rebuttal that we did something. What's the investigation even into the cases or cases handled by her in the past to be able to look at this matter critically? Yeah. Because that's a big indictment, on our judiciary. And it is sad, and I'm sure issues like that, people just look at it. And you see, because what we fail to realize is decay comes systematically. The decadence in our society today didn't happen 5 years ago, didn't happen 10 years ago. It happened over 20, 30 years ago.
Exactly.
And when people see this, they form their opinions. But it is also when people see justice that it can either to shift that confirmation bias they have. So the confirmation bias now as regards the judiciary is that it's not the hope of the common man any longer. I mean, what you think about this Bukachua case? I'll ask you first and I'll come to you, sir, afterwards.
Thank you. Indeed. I always like to look at issues from a holistic perspective. So I think it needs to trigger first an independent evaluation and assessment of everything she has sat to judge. But it's not just about her. Think about it. If somebody didn't make a confession or didn't say, would you be doing this? So why don't you see this as opening the box? Why don't you see this as putting checks and balances where there need to be constant review, not only about judicial judgment, but also administrative decision-making processes? It is important because the truth of the matter is this. You can tell people do something that is right. The only incentive they can have to do those things right, listen, it's when they know that if they don't do it right, they'll be caught. So it's the same way when you say to people, if you violate this particular offense, this is your sanction. But when there is no certainty of the fact that you'll be caught, certainty of the fact fact that when you are caught, you'll be prosecuted. Certainty of the fact that when you are prosecuted,
there's no rule of law. That is it.
Certainty of the fact that you will be sanctioned and you will.
There's no rule of law. We don't have any judiciary.
So people think they can do anything.
Everything they are just doing wrong way.
So I hear guys saying
impunity people.
It's not just about her.
Impunity ruling.
But we do it for all the long. We do it and make sure we put in place
impunity system
that will make sure there are checks and balances, and that no matter what you do, we'll come back to it. And that will then deter people.
Very bigoted people.
That we should not trivialize this. As you said, it's right.
No, NGC has not even said, let's review the cases.
That was said. I mean, I think this was also part of the issue that came up at the conference.
NGC has not said anything.
We need NGC to speak. We need this to be done. So, you are right. But I also like the point you made that this is an incremental process. And for God's sake, we really need to make sure that we shield the judiciary from this bastard act of everybody kicking, everybody, when we pull it down, it's not just this incident. I'm sure you also heard where somebody was asked, how come? What was it that you did? How come you're here?
Yeah.
And he said, how? The court.
Yeah.
That is also another
thing. Yes.
So I think
that was to the Senate president. The question Rocha Okorocha asked is, how did you get here? And we all remember those two judgments. One with the incumbent Senate president, another one with Hatman Lawan, the former Senate president.
You know what pains me? Listen, it's because if only we can understand that we are not doing another, but we're doing ourselves. If only we can understand that, you see, part of what happens, just like when you see somebody being carried to be, buried, you may not care about it, but that person is somebody's family, and tomorrow it can be you. So again, I want to use this platform to plead for God's sake that we should save the soul of this nation. We're not doing it. So I agree, it is incremental, but we must do something. At a point, we must say, no, we can't continue this way.
So how about you, sir?
The image of the judiciary is at its lowest ebb at the moment in the country. And some people call the comment by Senator Bukashua, some people call it a careless slip. But I see it as a confession. It's a confession, and it is a call. Maybe it's an avenue for the judiciary to sit itself up. The NJC has a task on its hand, and I believe in actions. In this case, the NJC's silence can never be golden. I think the NJC immediately needs to swing into action in this particular instance. Set up a committee, review all past judgments of Milord, and be sure that the right things are done. You see, we must take action in all cases. The moment we will start taking actions, that is when Nigerians can see that, yes, the judiciary is doing the right thing. In this particular instance, the NJC must take action, and Nigerians are waiting to see the action the NJC is going to take on it. Thank you.
Okay, Chairman, I will come to you, and then I have a question for you also, Doctor. Now, one of the issues at the conference is about ethics in the Temple of Justice. So, Chairman, maybe you want to start with that and address the subject, judges abusing expert emotions, lawyers bringing frivolous and vexatious matters and wasting the time of court and order. What can be done about ethics? And when Chairman is done, I noticed that Section 6 is about administration of justice, particularly Section 12 of the Nigerian Correctional Service Act. And you are here. You are the #1 prison reform activist in Nigeria. I want you to help us link, the two in terms of custodial centers and administration of justice. Chairman, you go first.
Thank you very much. There is a way forward already. The rules of professional conduct has just been repealed, and that is for ethical conduct of lawyers. I believe that is being taken very seriously by the NBA President YC Michael SAN. On the part of the judges, I believe that there is this generalization that all judges are corrupt. I don't believe that. There are good judges. There are ones who are not corrupt.
So the majority is corrupt.
The judiciary,
majority of them is corrupt.
The
you know, that's what we are talking about.
Sanctions,
all of them, they are energy, no good people,
actions of these,
no good judges.
Must set in motion reforms.
Majority
to ensure that the corrupt
out of 10,
ones or find a way of rehabilitating.
If
I use that language,
not good. 8
overhauling
out of 10.
The judiciary.
So it's majority carries the vote.
Of corruptions.
That's what we are talking about.
The bar on its
the bad eggs is among them so much. It's too much.
I believe the bar will take
and they are contaminated the others.
Ethical cases very seriously. So I think with that, the issues of ethical values in the Temple of Justice will be seriously dealt with. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Gomo.
Sorry for this, my production. There's light. It's dimming.
Okay.
The light is dimming.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ruben. Yes, you know, when you go to section 12, subsection 4 to 12 of the
Sorry
Nigerian
guys, my production is not good
2019.
today. You know, the light is just dimming and making me black. Even the background. Please don't watch about my background, you know.
To the provision of section 2, subsection
just
1.
Listen to the video I'm playing to you.
If you look at that section 2, sub 1,
listen to the content. It's very important.
To align the practices in Nigeria
Thank
with
you.
Professional best practices and international human rights standards.
And help me share.
About the effective implementation
promote my industry. Let it reach
the third, talking about
go viral.
Of formation, rehabilitation,
God will bless you.
And the fourth, and this fourth is very important, talking about establishing a systemic and institutionalized and sustainable mechanism to deal with the high number of persons who have been convicted, the pre-trial persons. So when you go to that section 12, subsection 4 down, it provided an early warning signal. Because you and I know that the biggest problem that the Nigerian Correctional Service is having has to do with overcrowding. And it's not overcrowding in all the 244 centers. No. It is overcrowding, especially in the cosmopolitan areas. So all the facilities that you have in the cosmopolitan areas, most of them are overstretched. And by the time you have high number, close to 70%, and you have not been convicted. And many of them stay higher number of time to be there. Then the whole notion of getting more criminalized becomes there. So section 12, what it says in subsection 4, it says whenever the facility, the correctional center, is being about to be overcrowded, because each center has a designated population. So it says that the officer in charge, the superintendent in charge of that facility, or the state controller, should set the real alarm and then inform the chief judge, prerogative of mercy, and the rest of them, okay? And including the justice sector from another. But when you inform that you have 3 months, that 3 months enables this whole mechanism to be able to do something to reduce that population. And there are a lot of reasons, not only about money, but expenses on the government and the rest. But so if they don't, within 3 months, do something to reduce that number, then the correctional service should say no, they should not take. And the reason for this is to bring the check and balance. And if they continue, then it should be sanctionable. So the whole notion, and this is really important, because when you talk about checks and balances, the fact that there are persons who get to be in custody for no just cause. You have people who are innocent, you have people who are minor offenders, sometimes staying longer than they could. So that is really a functional section to help us deal with the provision of subsection D of sub 2(1). So section 2, sub 1D is the actual way of activating it. It's provided very handsomely for us under section 12, sub 4 to 12. But the question is, are we implementing it? Which is where the problem is. Because if you don't, it's just like when you look at the Administration of Criminal Justice Act of 2015, Section 34 talks about how the judiciary magistrates should go and monitor places of detention like the police stations. So we need to implement these laws. That's
yes.
the problem. We're not doing it.
They need to change the law. That 99 constitution need to be go.
Now, last year at the NDA
we need to eradicate all this kind of scandalous law or something.
Begs the question.
That's what we need to do.
When we have conversations like that, you talk about implementation just now. How do we carry
just tear the paper apart
beyond just coming together to speak about this? You, alongside some other lawyers, had spoken to perhaps offering solutions to undermining of judges in Nigeria. One of the things you had spoken about, one of the submissions was number one, which has been said a number of times, the separation of offices, Attorney General of the Federation, Ministry of Justice. You also spoke about the independence of the judiciary, particularly in terms of remuneration. And there was a statement around politicians being on the neck of judges, preventing them from actually delivering judgment or sound judgment. I don't think a lot has changed in 1 year since the last conference. Now that we have a new tenure, a new president, are you hopeful? And there are other things, and this question is for both of you, in terms of strengthening the judiciary, because we can complain about the fact that, we don't have confidence in the judiciary, it's no longer the last hope of the common man, but there are also issues that have to be addressed in terms of not undermining the judiciary in Nigeria. I like the way you ask this question, because it's almost like saying, we're talking. When can we start acting? When can we really start making a difference? And that's why I like it. So, yes, you're correct. There's a lot that has been said needed to be done, but it haven't been done. So the question is, do we then do nothing because the ones we said we should do something about we have not done? My response would be no. So we will keep pushing. But again, I really feel very convinced that there is a critical problem. I will say, and I was just discussing with somebody a while ago about the same issue. I will say the technical word and I break it down. I think this is at the heart of the bulk of the problems that we have. It is a lack of conscientization, and let me explain what I mean by that. A lot of times we talk about there are problems. Oftentimes I ask, truly, do we really know the root causes of our problems? Because we need to. It's not symptomatic things. We can't just be talking about only the symptoms. We really need to dive deeper to understand what is causing what. Till we get to that root cause, that's number one. The second level, we need to also articulate the solutions that will make the clear impact. Again, not symptoms. It's like when you have malaria. It's just not just by taking the medicine or that thing. You need to deal with what is causing you malaria. So we need to deal with the solution. Now, the third leg is a big issue. What is that third leg? The fact that when you identify the solution, you put yourself as part of that solution. So this is where I come to respond to that question. So they are not responding. There are a lot of things that are not working well. We need to be able to now look at how we cluster those solutions in terms of who need to do what. And then if they don't do it, who need to do what to either name and shame, or to push or to do anything else to get it to done. It's like knowing that they will make decisions, they will make policies, they will make laws that truly represent the public interest, and that's the problem. Okay. Mr. Ohagba, your take on this?
Thank you very much. I once wrote an article that titled "Tackling Judiciary on Independence in Nigeria." Because I don't think we have independence of the judiciary yet. We are paying lip service to that as far as I'm concerned. That's a view I hold very strongly. What we have in Nigeria is judiciary on independence. Because if we want to ensure independence, true independence of the judiciary, we must look at the foundation. We must look at the foundation.
Very important.
The appointment, the root of it. Who appoints who? Provided the governor of the state still has powers to appoint the chief judge of the state.
That was wrong.
That the president of the country still appoints the CJN.
That was totally wrong.
A thin line.
Because they will favor them, you know.
Where you can separate that independence truly.
They were appointed their body, and they will favor them.
Looked at on the appointment process. I think the NJC has a lot on its hand. to look at on reforming the judiciary. When you reform the judiciary, the independent, that is when you can now have a total independence. Because when you bring those reforms, it will critically touch on the appointment process. By the time we get it right, then we'll be sure that when you talk about true independence of the judiciary, everybody will see that.
Sorry, Jerry. Let me go to another. Anyway, this video has been ended, so that's how we have it today. So I'm sorry that it ended this way, you know. So anyway, I will have another updating, you know, tomorrow, inshallah. So we will continue tomorrow. So thank you for viewing my video, you know, for watching my video. I thank you so much all the time. So God will bless you and help you in every part of your life that you need help, you know. So please support my ministry, you know. Just you know, as usual, like it, share it, and take your comment down, you know. Put your comment below so we treat it. So just put it where it's supposed to be, you know, so where I can see it. So and I will treat you as one of my brothers and sisters, you know. So that is it. Anyway, so for today. So see you tomorrow. If not tomorrow, next week, because tomorrow is Sunday. So if I have a time, I will come with updating. So if I don't have a time, it will be on Monday next week by the grace of God. So have a wonderful weekend and have a wonderful evening or morning over there or afternoon, because we are evening here, you know. So I say thank you. I love you all. Bye. Mwah. Take care.